Now let's get into funking up some comments right here. And let's start off with some of the responses to yesterday's topics. Pretty good segment right here. I agree with you right there, Marcellus. Let's start with the NBA flopping rule. Is it good? Question mark. No, says my man right here. This may be another way for refs to influence the game. KYB 433, I hear you. And then Antoine says, don't like it. Just start taking game checks. Oh, start taking game checks. That's right. Hit them where it will hurt the most. Look, ain't nothing worse than losing a game check. Right there with it, though, is losing playing time. So you figure it out how you going to discipline them. Is it that damn serious? But I do understand where you don't want the referees to get into it as much as they already are into it, even more. Here's the thing about being a referee. We know it's an imperfect job, but we have perfect expectations. And then when they stop short of those, which they always will fall short, we got an issue. Now we're going to give them even more leash, more opportunity to have influence over the game. I think more bad than good will come from that because we're never going to get to a perfect place. So all we're going to look for are the issues, are the letdowns, are the failures. So good points. Let's get to Doc Rivers to ESPN, where my man Gringo Star, member, I think it should be Breen, Mark Jackson, and alternating third. Oh, interesting. People like Doris Burke, Kevin Garnett, J.J. Redick, Dirk, Chineo Ogwumike, Brent Berry, Chris Webber, Jamal Crawford, Isaiah Thomas, the OG, Magic Johnson, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, etc. Former players, coaches, entertainers, alternating as thirds. All right. And the other one says, from Stephen Carl, no disrespect to Doc, he is good. I don't think he could be a fit in that role. However, if he is available, I'd like to see Jeff's brother Stan take that role. All right. Now you got all these people listed here and all these different networks they from and the contract. You got Crips banging with Bloods, talking about we peace treaty. Like all them people can't come together and do this damn network broadcast. But good thought. I love it in spirit, but nah, it can't work that way. Yeah, I can see all of them doing it because it's already got two built-in staples, right? You got Breen there and you still got Mark Jackson. So the other person chime in, not necessarily need you as the co-host. I got that. Now, Stan Van Gundy would be good too. But these coaches get caught up in, I'm making money not coaching, or I'm making money waiting to coach, and I just could chill with my feet up. So a lot of guys don't want to go back to the rigors of all that travel and just not being at home when you already got money coming in the mailbox. So I don't know if that's going to happen. All right, let's get to Stephen A. Smith. Next ESPN layoff with a question mark. Art by Creates. Ain't no way they letting Stephen A. Smith go. He low-key the only reason a lot of people watch ESPN. Every clip he's in is getting clicked on, whether you agree or disagree with him. And I agree with you. Everything Stephen A. Smith is going to get clicked on. I love it as well. Trey Mozzie says ESPN's a graveyard. I get what Stephen A. Smith was trying to say since he's been loyal once before like a lapdog and was canned. He's seen the easier transition to other gigs for his other co-workers, and he knew how much more of a climb it would have to be to bounce back. He's paid higher than anyone at ESPN because he's basically their mascot. I honestly don't even like Stephen A. Smith, but I can't say anyone at ESPN works harder than him as an on-air personality. I can understand his paranoia, but to state he's being in victim mode is a reach. Smells like a little pandering for a particular sector of your audience. I felt a little shot there at the end. That shot went by me, but let's talk through it because I saw that you blasted. One, ESPN knows that Stephen A. Smith is that dude. And he works like he's that dude. There is no slighting ESPN or Stephen A. Smith in terms of their relationship. And he was just the highest paid dude a year ago. And when his next deal is up, he'll be able to leapfrog all them dudes if he desires. I feel that way. That said, the reason that I just said it's a victim mentality is because if we're going to use color as something that is hindering us or holding us back or is going to make us paranoid, then that same color should stop short of being the same guy who's black, who was able to get a white guy fired from his show and then tell the world he did it. Damn, I thought something was holding you back. That's flexing. Like, not only did you get rid of Max, that's one thing, but you told cats, yeah, I did it. And then that's the same guy who's now saying, well, you know, being black, you got to always watch your back because you may get fired. When more white people are getting fired, and who cares more or less? Everybody getting fired. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like, Tucker Carlson, when he got fired, I ain't hear nothing about his race. And Tucker Carlson show, do y'all know how many people are watching Tucker Carlson? Like, it's insane. #1 show on cable and gone. And I just don't like when we get into like, oh, it's because of this. I'm like, dog, if you look around, you'll notice it's happening to everybody, everywhere, no matter who you are and what you are. So I learned a long time ago to never argue race with people like this because they never see your side. I'll discuss it, but I won't argue it, right? Here it goes. Whether it's wrong or right, I never argue with someone who sees the world in black or white. That's what my mindset is. That's what my mantra is. Because you're just going to always pick out what you need, the selective perception, and not looking at it totality. Yo, everybody getting hit with this. Everybody. Great comments, though, man. Always come at me, y'all, because I'm always going to just respond. That's what we do. Wiley's World, Warriors, Jordan Poole drama. Ooh, let's see what is going on. Sassy one. She says, Clay's exactly right, and everybody saw it last season. Poole hardly passed the ball and made dumb shot making decisions. At times, it almost looked as if he were purposely throwing games because he was in his feelings. Near the end of the season, when Steph reprimanded Poole on the sideline, should have known he was out the door. Yep. People came down hard on Dre because of the punch in practice at the beginning of the season, but I always said there was more than what met the eye in that one. Poole was always the problem and wreaked havoc on the team chemistry. Glad Golden State Warriors sent him packing. Damn. Yes, I'm 90% with you. But it's funny, like when things don't work out for a team that has had such success like them, first thing we look for is scapegoat. We got to blame somebody, right? It was going to be Draymond for a minute there. You remember when we blamed Draymond because he had the podcast not the last one that just happened, but the one that they won. Oh, Draymond, and they were down in the series. Oh, Draymond in this podcast. We got to blame somebody. It's not going well. They win the championship. That's what we say. Oh, that podcast didn't do nothing, man. Ain't nobody caught that. Nobody even listened to that, Draymond. You keep talking, right? So this year it's the punch. And then we blaming Draymond. But then Jordan Poole just looked horrible in the playoffs. Then he went and spent, $500,000 on a date with Icy Spice, or is that her name? So I'm like, God dang, dog. Like, and that's when all of a sudden it went bad for him. It's kind of like Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is a good player, great defensive player, good overall player. And in his resume, he's a shooter. And everybody like, that dude sucked. Why? Because he talked trash to LeBron and looked horrible in the playoffs. Now he got paid by Houston, and everybody like, why he get paid? Because y'all forgot in the process of scapegoating him and blaming him for everything, y'all forgot that's a good player. Just like I think with Jordan Poole. He ain't look great at the end, we know, and he takes some crazy shots because he's trying to be up there with the Splash Brothers. But don't forget, he's a good player. That's why he got that big old deal. Last one is Wiley's World, Shams, and his phone screen time. He says, Adam Cooper says, yo, I actually unexpectedly met Schefter in Indianapolis at an awesome steakhouse after the combine. I know that spot. He says, no phone in sight. I feel fortunate. Ha ha ha. That's real. Like, I mean, look, he probably was with some other GMs. He's like, why I gotta be on my phone? They right here. You know what I mean? Who gonna text me? He right here. He ain't gonna call me. He right here. Nah, that's love. He's on his phone probably 19 plus hours, especially doing combine, trade scenarios, but not 24 hours. You caught him in that other 5. All right, y'all, let's get into this Wiley's World with our Hall of Fame members, you know, the esteemed members of Wiley's World who get the opportunity to co-host the show with me. And now we got to bring in a literal co-host, like he's here more than me. His name is Adrian. Bring it on, Adrian. What it do?
What's up, Marcellus? How you doing today, man?
Salute, brother. I'm good after that rough start this morning, but you gotta be tough when it gets rough. What's up, brother?
Okay, we're not going too deep today. Got some pretty fun questions. kind of interesting. So,
Okay.
do you remember?
If you say so yourself, right?
Yeah. Do you remember the show Detail that Kobe had on ESPN Plus?
Damn, I remember the slogan. I remember the font. I remember seeing it, and I never watched it. What is Detail?
Okay, so basically Kobe going over like old game film and stuff, and he basically like broke it down like to a very like micro level and explained everything, his thought processes, like basically broke down like a whole play. It spent like about 20 minutes breaking it down, thought processes, why he did this, like what he expected them to do, and like kind of like breaking down film basically.
Love that. Yeah, that's dope.
So I'm bringing it up because is there a way to make analytical content like that more appealing and more entertaining to the masses?
Great point. Here's the thing. I love that. I mean, that's like a deeper version, it sounds like, than what I would do with that dude's dudes. And ours was lighthearted because, to your point, the masses don't like to take their medicine. And I think that when you break the game down to its finer points, at times it can feel like you're taking your medicine because people don't care about that. Like the NFL, when it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust and it's a defensive battle and it's 6-3 and guys are out there playing the best D in the world, we're sitting there like, boring. Need to see somebody get burnt. Need to see 38 points up, or boring. Like we just like our fluff, right? I get it. I think there's a way. I think it has to be a hybrid. I don't think you could go exclusively just, hey, take you into this dark dungeon room, put the laser on and just go like this. That's why I'm going to do that dudes again, but I know how to make it light. Like casual fans or even fans who are purists, we still want to feel the entertainment value and engagement that comes from the game. Because I could bore you to death with some technical stuff. You'd be like, God, dog, who gives a damn where your elbow is, right? And I'm like, yeah, it matters to me when I was playing the game. So you got to find that mix between I'm educating you and entertaining you. But I'm going to take a stab at it this fall. I just need to get the licensing clearance from the NFL. So Courtney, Mikey P got to work on that. But I am going to do high school and Pop Warner for sure. Because I can put that on all day and ain't nobody going to say it's copywritten.
So what about this? What if you added like a music thing to it? Ice Cube and Today Was a Good Day, say he messed around and got a triple-double, maybe like throw in some musical things in there to like get people more attached to it, more like and that way it doesn't feel more like school. It's like included learning or something, or more like interactive learning.
No, I get where you're going. I mean, you basically put a soundtrack to it, another engaging element. I just know on most of these broadcast channels, you're going to get copyright issues. So then you got to get into that. And then, there you go. So you got to make up your own music, or you got to go to those safe sites that has the music that's kind of off bar, that's a little different in melody that you can get through. But yeah, what you're talking about is the integration of it all. Like, at the baseline of all these sports, is some amazing chess being played with human bodies. And we want to know what's going on. What motivated him to make that move? So I'm going to take a stab at it, make sure that I stay within the lines, because you can get yourself in a little bit of harm's way from the licensing, broadcasting, copywritten, and all those kind of rights.
Got you. And speaking of rap music, when you listen to rap music, what are you looking for? Are you looking for like lyricist, someone who's lyrical? You looking for the vibes to, like dance to and chill to? Or are you looking for like so-and-so came out new album, let's see how they grew and improved from the last album? Or what do you be listening for when you listen to new albums?
Well, one, I'm going to sound like an old man hater, but I don't love rap music now because I could base it on what I used to love. And the way I used to love it, that era I still love. But now I don't love this music, and I'll tell you why. My first thing I listen to, and I've always did, is beats. Like, that's why Dr. Dre had an era. That's why the RZA had an era, right? That's why Swiss Beats had, like, you can say artists, but then that's a lot of dudes. But then there's only so few producers. Manny Fresh, like, look how many people they touch. So I was always about the beat. As soon as I hear a dope beat, I don't care what lyrics going on there. We could go all the way back to JJ Fad when I was like, Supersonic is not a great song in terms of lyrics, but the beat, boom, 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 boom. I was like, and Dr. Dre, you know what I'm saying? I was like, that's dope. And then, Beepers, Sir Mix-a-Lot. That was I'm rolling down the street, beep, beep, beep. Just another page, just another freak. That ain't fresh like that. But that beat, boom, beepers, that's what got me. So I would like a song that people thought was corny or whack just because the beat was banging. After beats, it is lyrics, but you ain't got to be a purist. Like, I ain't got to hear Big L all the time. Respect to him and his greatness, the dead. But I didn't care like that much, but I loved it when I had a beat with somebody who was kicking knowledge. Ice Cube. Now I'm like in heaven. But this is why I don't like rap today. Tone. Like the exchange of energy. Like, where you taking me? Like Public Enemy? Yes. The rhythm, the rebel. Like, what? I'm in a positive space. I got courage. I'm strong. Like, it just takes me somewhere good. When I hear it now, I got the Draco coming around here. I look at them, duck. I'm like, maybe I'm old, or maybe y'all story is getting old. Like, I just don't want to put on something that I gotta think about losing my life all day about. Think about like senseless. I'm gonna take your girl because she out with me. Like, I got more money than you, and I know these dudes ain't got that much. I'm like I'm just too old, maybe too wise, or I'm overthinking it. But the tone is the last thing I look for. And right now, the tone of rap, other than the girl rappers in general, city girls and like the girl rappers right now, love them. Cause they beats, they be using all these old school beats and just be banging them. So other than that, I'm kind of still stuck in the old school.
So what do you think about like the Drakes and the like Kendricks and the J. Coles, who more are, well, actually they're all very different, but like people say like people who like J. Cole aren't really feeling like Kendrick all the time. I feel like it's like a Jordan LeBron situation where you're not allowed to like both because they're so different from two apples from the same tree, but people don't feel that way.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you how it goes. Drake is insane to me. You want to know how? Just go somewhere, lock yourself in a room, and then just imagine his entire catalog playing. Or just go to Drake Essentials. And then when you get down to song 38, it's still banging. You're like, dog, when he gonna slow down? This sucker's insane. For me, Drake is tacos. Like, that's just like, he's on taco level. Like, I eat up every song Drake got going. It's sick. Then I get to Kendrick, and he likes steak. Like, it's good for me too, right? Give me lean. If I eat steak, I'm all lean, tough, muscular, fit. But there's something about it that I'm like, doesn't have it doesn't have that sugar element to it. Like something else that makes it, that's why I go steak and potatoes, right? Steak and fries, steak and mac and cheese. Like steak gotta have something else with it, or you're gonna be like, And I just like with Kendrick, I love it, but then sometimes I'll be like, damn, I just went to a poetry slam or something. J. Cole is my meatloaf. Like I like it, and I know why everybody else loves it, but for me, I throw a lot of ketchup on it, and then I'm like, all right, it's cool. But for me, J. Cole, he got songs, he got bars, he spits, but he just doesn't hit me. Why? Because I'm a beats guy. And J. Cole, I don't think he cares as much about his beats. If so, he don't care enough about me liking his beats. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm a J. Cole fan, so But my last question is kind of bigger than, or not. But not, okay, so what do you think is the next evolution as far as the next innovation in the four major sports? Like we had the three-point line a long time ago, or in football. Actually, I don't know what happened in football. Or baseball has the shot clock now, or they have the pitch clock thing. So what do you think is the next big thing as far as making sports more entertaining, more watchable, and just a better product?
I think it's happening in the technology around it. Let me start there, how we're digesting it. It's kind of wild that, one, everyone goes to the games, right? Attendance is up. We can see it. Everyone's at the game. But everyone at the game is not there for the game. You got to have Wi-Fi in your stadium. SoFi has spent, I think, $1 million on the Wi-Fi. No lie. At SoFi, the Wi-Fi is so fast, you don't even hit enter into the website you want to see, and you're already there, dog. You be like, damn. Like, I mean, you have to witness it. It's the fastest thing ever. But that's a part of the experience. All of those 200 suites is just different experiences. Like, they literally say, come to the game, and the game is the backdrop. You know, just look up when it's a big play and look up when you want to know the score. Other than that, entertain yourself. Meanwhile, we're at home, and now we've chopped it up so many ways. Red zone, I'm not watching the whole game. Just give me all the games and the highlights, right? Or if you're watching one game, you're getting robbed of all the others, unless you're into the multi-mix. Then you ain't really watching anything because you're looking at that one, then that one, then that one, then that one. What happened in that game? I don't know. I forgot because I'm looking at that one. So that's what's happening in technology. They just slicing us up. They chunking us up. On the field, the biggest thing that has happened recently is what's happened to the kickoff in football. Like, it's gone. Like, I made my way in the NFL first on kickoff. Now that's gone. It's just big old strong dudes, fast dudes running down the field jogging, basically. Like, whatever. This play doesn't count. They took away a play. Like, that's insane to me. What would they do next? There's some rigging somehow to get more offensive scoring, but they're in a good place right now, so I don't think there's an issue. But somehow, some way, just like in baseball, the home runs, those moments, we got to have the big plays in football as well. Whenever you see the big play go away, they're going to make big changes to make sure that big play stays.
Okay, so do you feel like the major sports are in a good spot as they are, especially with baseball having a pitch clock now and the game's taking a half hour less than usual?
Yeah, I think
and offense rising.
Well, we know that the NFL is a national holiday multiple times a week. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we talking about, what's the next holiday? Labor Day. And then, football starting, and we got Thursday. we have Saturday sometimes, Sunday, Monday. It's a real thing. Football's in an amazing spot because the line is around the corner for people who want to play, all these high school kids. And frankly, the line's around the corner in terms of us as consumers wanting to be at the games, watch the games at home, or buy the merch and just root for your team, fantasy team. You know, you got to get into your fantasy league, etc. So football's an amazing place. NBA, interesting. The transition. LeBron is, sooner or later it's going to be a wrap. I think right now it's kind of like feel like we're stabilized. Not plateau, but just we're in cruising altitude right now. I don't think they're still soaring. But even though there are some metrics that show there was greater numbers. But I think it's like right now NBA is now let's get to baseball. Now, I'm not the expert to talk about it, but I know it's been regionalized. I know it's for this segments. They're trying to appeal to who their locale is, not the national sport it used to be, not the national pastime it used to be, but still making a ton of money. So that's all that matters. All right, Adrian, get off the damn TV screen. People gonna think this is your show. Now let me stop. I appreciate you, brother. Your questions are always amazing, man. Cobra somewhere writing down his questions right now because y'all in competition. All right, let's get Adrian out of here and get Mikey P in here for Mikey P with some Philadelphia shirt, I'm sure. If not, it's gonna be plain and simple. Either it's a Philly shirt or nothing. Oh, nothing.
Spot on. Spot on. Man, this Hall of Famer battle is something of greatness, right? Oh my
battle
goodness.
Anybody, I don't care who you. I love it. Go get it.
Man, I expect Cobra tomorrow, but I'll keep this brief for you, all right? I got another Woj bomb. All right. Okay. Adrian Wojnarowski, Damian Lillard's agent, told teams not to trade for the Blazers point guard amid Heat rumors. Per Woj, Dame's agent, Aaron Goodwin, has warned teams other than the Miami Heat against trading for Lillard because they would be acquiring an unhappy player. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. So, would you proceed with caution here, or do you think this is just the quote-unquote time-honored agent maneuver where they try to get their guy to the destination they want? And do you think GMs are going to have pause here making a deal for him?
Yeah, I don't think any GM wants Damian Lillard, his first shot in quote-unquote free agency, basically through trade, though, in a new landing spot, and he's not smiling from hello. Like, nobody's going – now, do you buy the report is the only question. Because if you do, hell no, you can't bring him in here because you don't want him to get there, and you're going to face adversity. I don't care where you go. You're not going 82-0. And then you guys go through a dry spell, and Damian Lillard is a notch off of full commitment because he don't want to be there. Like, he's a human being before all this baller and Dame Dollar stuff. And any of us, in any situation we don't fully want to be in, are not the best version of ourselves. Let's just say that, right? You can be short. You're short with your teammate. You're like, yeah, man, yeah. Instead of, oh, what do you need? What's going on? Do you don't know that play? You know, it's a whole different animal. And that just starts to domino. So, look, we know that they're playing a negotiation tactic because Woj is like, dog, it makes no sense for him to just say Miami. And his agent is like, well, it doesn't make sense, but it does because he already got his money and he going to get his money. He wants to go there. Do not let all these other people think they got a shot at hollering at Dame Dollar. It ain't that kind of party.
So then the follow-up is this, because we love Dame here, and he's your boy. So does this particular play by Dame's team upset you? That he's playing like sour apples before he gets there a little bit?
No,
do you buy the report, really? Do you buy it, as you said?
No, I mean, I look at these reports in sports like I look at transactions in the real world, business, Wall Street, you know. Like, we don't, and I don't know why we don't. Like, I know so many people, CEOs, managers, VPs, execs, will wake up in the morning and be like, it's time to move on, time to dust off the resume and see some new horizons, right? And they do it. And they get a golden parachute when they do it. Like, or if they retire, just wake up, I'm done with this, too much work. Golden parachute. Oh, we loved you so much. But then an athlete wakes up like, man, we ain't doing nothing over here. And I've been here 11 years. This is a wrap. Let me go somewhere else. Boo! Who are you? You know why? Because people don't have a real deep respect for athletes. And I don't want to go too long-winded. Even though everyone wants to be the athlete for the rewards and damn, look at you, you're in shape, you're getting all that money, all the girls think you're cute. At the same time, people don't respect the athlete because they be like, he ain't smart. Like the whole dumb jock thing comes into play. When the guy tells you where he wants to go, you immediately undermine him because you're like, he don't know. And who is he? And he had it too easy. All he did was dribble. And like, because there's like a ton of resentment and a lack of respect. So I've always dealt with that. Largely why I went to Columbia is to shut up some of those people who was going to be like, you dumb jock. Oh, where? Oh, what? What school again? Like, yeah, fool, shut up. Don't mean I'm smarter than you. And I don't even go there. I just be laughing at them, choke on their own words. Like, yeah, dude, like, what you thinking? So I wish that fans would understand a little more that you do it in your life. Why can't Dame Dollar do it in his life?
That's what we got you for, big dog.
That's right. That's right. Appreciate you, Mikey P. Go get you some iron-on letters. P-H-I. I know you're going to come to
well, what else do you expect when you work in sports, right? My whole wardrobe is Philly, Temple, and then generic. That's it. So now I got to get some. I got to get never shut up stuff. That's right, Court.
Yeah,
that's
I think you get a discount. I think you do. So
he's taking care of me. I hear.
Oh, man. Appreciate you, big dog. Oh, man.
You too,
Mikey
man.
P, crazy.